Hello there guys, Francis Gray here and welcome back to a brand new video. And in today's video we're going to be continuing on with our horror themed busts. And in today's video we're going to be making up everyone's favourite demon with DIY products sticking out of his head. Yes, you guessed it, it's Pinhead from the Hellraiser franchise.
We have such sights to show you.
I'll see you after this. Okay guys, welcome back to a brand new build. So today's going to be a good one. I'm going to be going ahead and making Pinhead from Hellraiser, one of my personal favourites. So what you can see here is basically this is me taking 2 or 3 different STL files that other people have created, and I've kind of Frankenstein-ished them together to create something new. The main reason why I had to do this was because all the other STL files of Pinhead all include the pins in his head. So the problem with that is good luck painting that with all those sticking out. So, and also with this going to be like a little bit bigger because it's a bust, I didn't want to go ahead and have these like delicate like nails everywhere or pins everywhere. So it'll just be a lot easier to model it without the pins. And that head that you can see is the only head that I have on Doug Bradley's Pinhead that doesn't include the spikes. So this head is a must. So I went ahead and took this head, stuck it on the other one's body, and then went into Blender and smoothed some connection points down. And now that we've got our new file, I then took it over into editing software called Flash Print Pro, where I can go ahead and add supports and yeah, and then just render it as a new file. And now that we have our file, let's go ahead and print it out.
Oh, you must come with us, taste our pleasures. Many minutes later. You opened it. We came. It's just a puzzle box! Oh no. It is a means to summon us.
Okay, so here we are, fresh from the print bed, and for the next stage we need to go ahead and take off all these supports. Okay, so this has cleaned up a lot nicer now, but we still have a lot of those wispy kind of layer lines here, there and everywhere. So for the next stage I'm going to go ahead and light a candle. Okay guys, so that is a lot cleaner now. So for the next stage we're going to go into the spray booth and we're going to hit this with either a black prime or a grey prime. So now we're back in from the spray booth, and now that the grey prime's had a moment to dry, for the next stage I'm going to go in with some various files and we're going to go ahead and get rid of any imperfections.
Your suffering will be legendary, even in hell.
Okay, so now that this guy is a lot smoother, for the next stage I need to go in and add an extra layer. So I'm going to go in with this stuff, which is UV resin, and an old brush I'm not bothered about anymore. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to coat him. Okay, let's go ahead and let this cook in the sun. Okay, so now that we're back into the main art studio, we're going to go in with some dark flesh from Model Colour. And for the next part, I'm going to go in with a little bit of acrylic black, and we're going to go ahead and start painting the base tone of his clothes. And now back in with dark flesh from Model Colour, and we're going to do those centre flap parts on the chest. So for the next stage, I'm going to go in with a Humbrol number 61 regular flesh colour. And now I'm going to go in with a dry brush of basic skin tone, and then this will lighten this up a lot. Okay, so for the next part now, Pinhead is very pale, so you don't get much sunlight in the depths of hell. So yeah, this guy really needs some vitamin D. But anyway, for the next stage I'm going to go in with a dry brush of grey primer from Vallejo. So for the next part, I'm going to go in with a very watered down black acrylic wash, and we're going to go ahead and try and capture some of these lovely details.
You've done this before, right?
Many, many times.
Okay, so now that that is looking a lot more detailed, we need to go ahead and recapture some of that grayness back. So back in with a lighter dry brush of Glacier Grey Prime. For the next part I'm going to go in with a pre-mixed kind of pinkish colour, and I'm just going to go in with a fine line brush and I'm just going to try and get in amongst all these little lines. And while that same pink was out, I decided to go back in, but this time I was going to paint Pinhead's lips. And for the next part I'm going to go in with some various different shades of chalk pastels, and we're going to go ahead and add some shadage.
You get the idea.
And then we went back in with some of that dirty pre-mixed pink, and we're going to go ahead and paint the inside of the eyes. We're now in with a little bit of off-white from Game Colour.
Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye.
And now back in with the black from Model Colour. And for the next part I'm going to go in with a little bit of black acrylic, and we're going to go ahead and paint some of the details on his eyes. And while the acrylic black and the small detail of brush out is already out, I thought this was a good opportunity to go in and tidy up some of the edges around his neck. Okay, so for the next part I'm going to go ahead and I want to create these freshly opened wound parts that are on Hellpriest or Pinhead. But in order to make that, I'm going to mix equal measures of gloss varnish and gory red from Game Colour. But before I go ahead and do that, I'm going to use a bit of gloss varnish and I'm going to do his eyes and his teeth. And with what's left of the blood mixture, I went ahead and added a tiny little bit of black acrylic just to add some little dark spots, and then we can go back in and make it look a little bit more grisly and gnarly. Okay, so for the next part I'm going to go in with a colour shifter pattern called turquoise violet. Okay, and what that does is it'll keep its more or less black undertone, but when the light hits it, you will get this like kind of like a holographic effect, kind of reacts with the light. So I'm wondering if this would look great for on here. So for the next part, Pinhead can't be Pinhead without, yes you guessed it, pins. So just normal regular pins is going to be a bit too small, so I went to my local hobby store and I got some moulding pins, the 20mm type, which looks like these, and these will work perfect because in the actual movie the pins actually have like a head on them. With normal pins they might be a bit too small, but with these I think this should work brilliantly. Okay, let's go ahead and open these up. Okay, this is scary change your underpants time. Right, let's go ahead and try to see if we can get these in place.
One pair of pants later.
Okay, I'm going to try and go in with this drill bit first. Okay, what do you think, guys? Yep, I can see that working. Okay, what I might do is I might go ahead and get some PVA glue, and then I can dip them in the glue and then insert them into the head, and then that should help preserve them in place.
What follows is a brief construction montage. We hope you got pleasure from this brief construction montage.
Not gonna lie guys, that took forever to do, but it was time well spent because that looks really nice. So I'm gonna put this down now and I'm gonna rest my poor fingers.
Oh wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
Okay, so I went ahead and made another one of those skull bases to so it fits in with all the other horror models, horror busts that we made so far. So yeah, but unfortunately when I first started making these, there was a bit of a calculation error, and as you can see here, that is not going to fit in there. So I'm going to have to cut this off. And then I'm going to go in with some German grey from Model Colour. Okay, so in order to glue this, I'm just going to go in with some high velocity super glue. And for the last stage, I'm going to go in with a chrome marker and we're going to go ahead and paint some of the various hooks. And with that, I think it's finished.
The box. You opened it. We came. Explorers in the further regions of experience. Demons to some, angels to others.
It was a mistake! I didn't...
Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
Someone else you think escaped us? Like Frank?
You solved the box. We came. Now you must come with us. Taste our pleasures.
Your suffering will be legendary, even in hell.
We'll tear your soul apart.
Wait! Wait!
Okay guys, so here he is, Mr Hellpriest, aka Pinhead from the iconic Hellraiser franchise, especially the first film. Love the first film. And yeah, I think he's turned out really nice. And it was a bit of a pain to get all these nails in there, but with a little bit of persistence and a lot of TLC, we finally got there. And this metallic purple paint was a game changer. It was a lifesaver. I really feel it made it pop.
Pop. Pop, 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 pop.
So yeah, if you've enjoyed this build, please slap that like button and share on Facebook and X, because it helps new people find the YouTube channel, which I'm always appreciative. Thank you for any help. If you got any comments on who you think Horror Bust Icon number 5 is going to be, let me know in the comments, because I would love to see what people's predictions are. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, because you don't want to miss out on future builds or future horror busts. And the channel's current goal is to get to 3,000 subscribers, and as you can see, we're nearly there. So I can only get there with your help and support. And seeing as we're talking about support, if you want to be a legendary viewer, please take 5 minutes out of your shift to basically check out my Patreon page, where with your help and support we can do these videos full time, which means way more content for you guys to watch. So all that being said, thank you for watching, and great. And this is Pinhead from Hellraiser. I'll see you in the next build.